Welcome back. This is Arnav Chaudhary. You are live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot, Thursday evening, July the 18th. Welcome. Let's have another evening of discussions on all what is happening in regard to transfers and general news in Indian football. And yeah, look forward to chatting with you, speaking with you, and let's see what are all the latest infos that are available in regard to Indian football, what's all happening, what's not happening, and we'll chat surely about those things. So therefore, I look forward to that. Welcome back, Kumar. Thanks a lot for the membership. Thanks a lot for the support as always. And yeah, if you do as well, mention below if you want to become a member, you're more than welcome. As well, it's a day of big transfers or confirmations of players going, staying, and other things. The biggest one, of course, the biggest ever Indian football transfer in regard to a local player has just been completed a few hours ago, which is Jeekson Singh moving for 3.2 crores from the Kerala Blasters to East Bengal Football Club, while Greg Stewart is set to come back to India and join Mohun Bagan Super Giants. So interesting scenario. Interesting is, of course, the story now that Jeekson was, let's put it this way, East Bengal was signing, was supposed to sign him in the region of about 2 crores, but then supposedly one or maybe even two clubs came in and jacked up the transfer price. Yeah, and that's the figure that it is. A salary above 2.5 crores. That's a package to speak about. 3.3 crores too much for a player. I agree. RCB Run Machine, welcome back. Yeah, and those are the figures that are out. Figures jacked up. And that's the reality. I was wondering how much Mumbai are paying to Greg Stewart to bring him back. RCB Run Machine surely is getting more than what he was getting in Scotland. And again, on one side, as someone who's supporting Mumbai City, I'm a little disappointed that Greg Stewart left or was allowed to leave last winter on a free by Mumbai City because he wanted to go back. And if he's not going to come back, yeah, speaks a little regarding the character of the player. Then it's only about the money, and that's let's see where it goes. Kumar, I was not coming to show regularly, but I was watching Recording Live every day morning. Thanks, Kumar, again for your support. Really welcome not only your support but also the support of the others. So therefore, without you supporting, coming back, yeah, that's something. Now Jamie McLaren signed for Mohun Bagan. Kumar, I'm hearing conflicting things. Some have told me that he has been signed for a while, that he would be presented or should have been presented by now. Now some people are saying he might be presented on Mohun Bagan Day on the 29th, but now they're saying that Greg Stewart will be presented on the 29th. I am not very clear what's happening with Jamie McLaren, if he might be going somewhere else or not. Because to me, team composition, if I look at Mohun Bagan, are they repeating the same mistake they did last season? Signing 3 strikers plus an attacking player and 2 defenders, but no defensive midfielder? I think Yoni Kauko was the reason why, why Mohun Bagan Super Giant won the ISL Shield. So yeah, let's wait and see. Email sent to 14 coaches by FF. I don't know, Ayush, where you have this number from. I know that there's been communication with coaches, but I don't know a concrete number of coaches. Certain people have said that they are more interested in coaches who have ISL experience. I've also seen that they have looked at coaches with experience in and around Asia. So I think let's wait and see. I think by the 20th, we'll have a better understanding of where we all stand on this, because then the AFF will have to announce or is supposed to announce So therefore, you know, let's wait and see where the situation stands. Yes, sir. This is called as betrayal. Asvi run machine, but he also said it when he left Jamshedpur, right? He will, if he comes back to India, he would only come back to Jamshedpur FC. So again, it's a money game. It's a money business. Be it Indian football, be it European football or football anywhere, or professional sports per se. So again, loyalty counts today in today's world very, very little. So that's also reality, and therefore, if he does it, I'd be disappointed for a little while or for a few minutes, and then I'd say, TK, it's his job, it's his prerogative. If he wants to come back, that's on him. Do you think ACL 2 has played a part for Mohan to sign these players, or only money part? See, for Mohan Bagan to be able to come up and sign these players, to me, ACL 2 with these kind of players, are these players really the difference players to be able to challenge ACL 2? I don't know. Do you think so? For me, the players have come for the money, surely for the money. But if this Mohun Bagan Supergiant team or even East Bengal per se can challenge anything in the ACL 2 with the bigger teams from West Asia, I honestly have my doubts looking at the performances of the national team and of the clubs in the recent past. Ashish from Care Now in today's show also said he signed for Mumbai. Kumar, I've heard that as well from contacts of mine who said that he signed, and they've been telling me now for 3-4 weeks that it's going to be announced. It's going to be announced. They were trying to sign. They were looking at players also from the Euros, but none of these players from the Euros are now coming to India. So these are all realities. So therefore, yeah, let's wait to see. Let's see. Ritro just explained. He just explained 4-2-3-1, where 3 including a 10 and 2 wingers and 1 where the 3 go the number 10s. The German play can Bagan play Sahal, Dimitrek in that together. In theory, yes. In theory, yes. In practical, I don't know. To me, it's interesting to see what Molina will play. Very interesting to see if he's going to play a 4-2-3-1 or maybe, I don't know the system. Let's wait and see, Arithro. Ashish Khanna, inside Indian Football Show, he said they have made to 14 coaches. It will happen mostly every Thursday. Okay, then Ashish seems to know a specific number, because from my knowledge, there's no specific number of how many coaches actually have been approached. So when do you think ACL will overtake UCL? RCB Run Machine, will it ever? Yeah. So to me, the UEFA Champions League is at the moment way bigger than the Asian or the AFC Champions League. It'll have to grow exponentially to be able to compete with the one in Europe. And then you have to have, the best players in the world need to be playing all in Asia. And at the moment, you don't have that. We've got much better players today than we used to have. Let's be honest about that. But the ACL Champions League is nowhere near the Champions League in Europe. Notes to myself: in case of necessity, one of the two centre-backs can employ the CDM manager. What do you think? Necessity is nice, but I would like to have a specialized, defensive midfielder, to be very honest. As a foreigner, I think to me, any team should have a CDM. I think this attacking unit looks very strong, but the defensive unit still looks weak. And again, we know how it went with injuries last season for teams across the ISL. So for me, I think you need to split it up and say, I want 3 attacking players and I want 3 defensive players. That would be my way of, putting a team together. But again, I'm not putting a team together, so therefore, that's not my concern. And Mohun Bagan can always say, listen, we did it right, we won it in the end. So yeah, but you got rid of Hugo Bomus in the winter and got Yoni Kauko back. And that was the difference maker, why Mohun Bagan was suddenly in a position to win the ISL Shield. Blue, hello sir. Can I say I did some mistake in sending the email, so some coaches get angry. Do you have any information about this? Nah, I think again, it's the coaches are happy. The coaches will be happy that they've been approached, and again, and then they'll have now more interactions with the federation. Why should they get angry? Again, the only problem is that this news is coming out. Who's been approached? Why has he been approached? That's the thing. I think that some coaches might think, might be better if it's done. And again, there's no influencing from outside. Tom can play as CDM, but not specialized. Yeah, Blue, but again, I want a specialized CDM. I think every team needs to have a specialized foreign CDM. That would be my advice. Asif Rameshin, sir, the signings which are being made by Monwan is only because of management or is the coach's recommendation? At the moment, I feel it's the management. I'm not sure how much Molina is really involved in these signings. Let's see. Hi, Sanskar, bro. What will done if you had more coach, your foreign and in players and old playing 11 bench also? My team composition would be a little different. We are a little top heavy, I would say. Mohan Bagan to me is a little top heavy, where I say there's too much of focus being put on the attacking players. I would rather try and combine a good combination of attack and defense, and therefore for me, I would put a little bit more focus on defensive players in that way. That are even it out. You realize that we have a problem in defenders and defensive midfielders in India. I think this whole Anwar issue is that one example. The other issue is this Jackson transfer. Shows you just where we have a problem. Orithra Nawal, now about the signings, you and I can't do much, but if with this squad you had to feed 11 tomorrow, what would be in that formation of the assuming McLaren is done? So I would have to, again, you have two foreign centre backs. You have Ashish Rai and Shubhashish on the wings. Apuya and Deepak Tangri most probably as my defensive midfielders to start off. Anirudh Thapa up ahead of them. Greg and Dimi on the wings and McLaren up front. That would be most probably my lineup if you ask me. Hi Amal, welcome back. Asif Ramesh says, so what's the difference between Chelsea and Monwagan? Even in Chelsea management only make signings, but they can't win trophies because of competition. It's not Chelsea is a different level and it happened at a different level. And you saw that, I think at the end of the day, that was one of the reasons why Thomas Tuchel had to go. And then now also you saw that Pochettino had to go, and makes no sense because by the end of the season, the team was settling down with the coach. So therefore, yeah. Or now also taking care of Blasters business more with delivering players and selling players. I think there are two sides of it. If I was working in football and working with the Blasters, if this was the strategy of trying to balance out my books to some extent, it's the wise move because the others are losing money. So that's one. If I'm a fan of the Blasters, I would say there's a lack of intent, to try and challenge the others. Keep Jackson, offer him a good contract. But that's how the way they are. I'm interested to see if they're going to keep Vibben or if they lose Vibben before the end of the transfer window. That's now going to be the real test. If someone comes around, offers them good money, if they're going to keep Vibben or going to lose him as well. But if that's the business model of the Blasters, on one side you have to congratulate the management on that. Other side, if you look at it from a fan perspective, it shows lack of intent. So therefore, and I've been talking a lot about clubs spending a lot of money on players. So from that perspective, understand the fans, but I do understand the players as well, the club management as well. Hi, Monok. Welcome back. After so many good signings, do you think Isbitol still lacks quality backups in certain positions? Like backup for Talal, if he's injured, can Saul play his role? Monok, I think last season is a proof that East Bengal lacked backups, and I think this season that your first 11 is even much stronger than last year. But are your backups there? So therefore, yes, I don't think Saul Crespo can play like a Mehdi Talal. Saul Crespo is more of a controlled player. Had to play. Saul Crespo himself had problems. What happens if Saul Crespo gets injured? I think that's a big one also to see. So for me, East Bengal is stronger, but I think East Bengal needs another summer window to be there amongst the top teams. I think next year they could be amongst the top teams if they continue as they have this summer. They look already much, much stronger, but I don't think, if you ask me, that East Bengal is the finished product at this moment in time. Ayush, how can we improve for 2027 Ishikawa starting a new process in September friendlies? I think for me, important is, I think, in the new process, the new cycle starts under the new coach. September, October, November, the windows, if we're going to play all 3 FIFA windows, let the coach try out things. Let's not get carried away by losses or stuff. Let's give the coach some time. And then let's see what kind of a team he develops for March when the qualifier starts. So that's my sort of thinking process, that the coach needs to be given enough time so that we can then move forward and then build on what we have at the moment and then take it to the next level. I think that's the real challenge, I think, for us as a national team. Is Biping signed extension with Mumbai? Amal, not that I know of. He still has a contract, so therefore, at the moment, he's still a Mumbai City player. Not heard anything on that. Do you think Mohanbagan inflating Jackson is for Anwar Saga? See, people will always link it to another. The question is, was it really inflating, or was Mohun Bagan potentially at some stage also interested in the player? So, we don't know the insights. But again, they have been, I know that there seems to be 1 or 2 other clubs also in the race at some stage who were also interested, but then pulled out. So therefore, the price has been inflated is it by 1 club or by multiple clubs? That I don't know. But again, East Bengal is paying more than they originally planned to for the player. And yeah, that's something that's money potentially that will be missing for other deals. Satsaka, I'm not saying what you had signed. I'm saying which player you will start and which will bench in the starting game from this energy foreign Indian players. I gave you my starting lineup, right? So that's the ones that I would start, and the others would be on the bench. What about Abhishek Suryavanshi? Will he be on the bench? Kumar, Suryavanshi is an interesting case. You've asked me, right? I've not seen any training, or will not see any training until the first matches. So therefore, I always say that take it with as not being 100%, but you need. Apuya needs a fighter next to him, and that's the thing where I feel Deepak Tangri a little bit more than Abhishek Suryavanshi. Maybe Abhishek Suryavanshi proves me wrong. I would love to see him play, but Abhishek is too similar to Apuya. I want a little different kind of player next to him. That's why I also think Thapa in that position will not work. At least at the moment, I don't think. Could be different, but I don't see that. Asmi Ramshan, I think, is on the way to become the next Dortmund. There might be a serious competition in the sense, like either in the finals or sheet race, or only once in 4 or 5 years. I know what you're saying, Asmi Run Machine, but Dortmund sells its best players to the biggest clubs in Europe, but Dortmund also buys its players from smaller teams, right? So therefore, it's not, smaller teams, mid-level teams, right? They've bought players from Mönchengladbach, from Leverkusen, from Stuttgart. They're weakening Stuttgart, for example, at the moment. Girassi signed today, ex-teammate of Hugo Bomus, and on the other side, they signed Valdemar Anton already. So therefore, this is a little far-fetched in my opinion. Greg, Dimi, Jamie, all 3 will not play. If you play 2 foreigns and Wegon foreigns and Wegon, Dimi or Greg will not play. Let's wait and see what he does. Let's see what the coach does. What does he want to, so therefore, for me, I'm speculating. You're speculating. Molina will have to put out the team. By the way, today Devashish Datta confirmed that Mohammed will not give Anwar any NOC, so it will go to Qasim opinion if Mohammed loses in PSC and FIFA. Let's wait and see, Blue. I have done a video last night on the topic where I sum up the situation as it was yesterday in regard to that Anwar has gone to the PSC. And then let's see what happens with the PSC. And then, PSC might be over, PSC might not be over. Let's see how far this whole story goes. Kishore Kumar Dotto, Monmouth Super Giant proved previous year scoring goals gave us the shield. We were not so good at defense, but we still win it. Yeah, Kishore, you outplayed it, but also Mohun Bagan had a phase where they were defending quite well. So not every match was a 4-3 as like against the Blasters. So therefore, you had the 1-0 in between. So therefore, it's a combination of both, and that's something. Let's see. Kumar, I don't think they will sell Vibin Mohan, and they will keep for 2 more years. Then they get a challenger from the reserve team of KBFC. Kumar, let's wait and see. There is a market for Vibin, certainly in there. And 2 years is long. I'm not sure if it's going to be 2 years or maybe even a year. But yeah, let's wait and see. At the moment, Jackson is gone. Vibin is now the main man. So let's see what happens. Sanskar, I don't think we'll go for 2 centre back. Then our management won't go for attacking players. 3 in attack and 1 centre back. Blue, as I said, let's wait and see. But for one foreign, one Desi centre back, you need a better centre back. Or are you going to play with Tangri or Dipendu Bisas or I don't know, is Holmi Pam maybe again a topic or maybe some other centre back? Let's wait and see. KFC type had backup of the jigs and they got good transfer fee from them, so it can be understandable for them. To me, it's not a backup. Jackson was injured, Vibin was injured, and those guys were covering for each other. And Jackson is a leader. So to me, as I said, from a financial standpoint, for 2 crores, you have to sell the player. But from a fan standpoint and looking at the fan base that the Blasters have, I would clearly say disappointing that they've sold him. But again, they've been selling players. Last year, they sold Sahal, they sold Prabsukhan, they've sold other players earlier as well. That's part of their strategy. So yeah, if it works for them, it's great. Those of you who are new to the channel, maybe even watching it later, all of you are more than welcome, as always. Those of you who haven't, please subscribe to Arun Foot. Just crossed the 1300 mark, so thank you very much, every one of you. And those of you who haven't, please, again, as I said, subscribe, like this video, share this video. As always, we're growing the community, more and more people are joining in, so let's wait and see. Northeast United signing any players? Chetan, they're signing players, but I have not heard anything in regard to any signings in the last few days, to be very honest. Hi, Ego Stima. Chalo, sir, your thoughts on FF wanting Indian football twins coach? I want someone new. Personally, I want someone new. I've said that multiple times, Ego Stima. I want someone new with no direct links to the system. I want some new ideas to come in. So for me, to sign, someone with an Indian experience, okay, I'll take it. But I would rather take someone fresh with the right level of experience to come in. Do you think spending 3.2 crore transfer fee for Jackson Singh is appropriate and Mohun Supergiant playing a big role behind this transfer? SB 1994, 3.2 is too much, in my opinion. But again, transfer fees around the world are too much, so 3.2 doesn't even sound that much. 2.5 crore plus salary sounds a lot as well. It looks like that Mohun Bagan had something to do to jack up the transfer fee, but maybe not themselves, someone else as well. So therefore, let's wait and see if it ever comes out. If it was 1, 2, 3, again, it would be the usual suspects. Besides Mohun Bagan, it would have been BFC and Mumbai City. So let's see. Blue, if they then go with one side, they're horrible for them. Yeah, that's the reality. By the way, who you choosing between Manlo, Habas, and Park? Blue. To be honest, those three wouldn't be my preferred choice. Would not be my preferred choice as national team coach, if you ask me. I would go for someone else, as I've said in the last few days. So what about Sal, future Sal? Good talent, good boy. Good talent boy. Great dribbling, great vision. All of that, what you say is true. But to put him into a tactical framework sometimes is a little difficult. And he has players around him who are tactically very, very good. So for me, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and let's see. So I hope Sahal proves me wrong and plays on a regular basis, but it looks tough for me at the moment. I don't know, but what seems to send isn't good in my opinion. TK Blue. And I'm sorry to say that people are thinking about SAF Championship, Intercontinental Cup, and Transition Cup. I mean, well, when you compare World Convention, where's the stakes? To be honest, what was the value for us as preparing for the Asian? Supposedly, we are preparing for the Asian Cup, right? What value had those tournaments for us? In the end, nothing. That's Monarch, as for Ashish Nigam as primary shortlisted candidates who have experience in the circuit, I completely agree with your view on bias amongst these coaches. Why I can't see this problem. See, Manak, as I've said, is the right body deciding on the coach? That was my first question the other day. So for me, as I said, I would take someone. As I said, Kaisuke Honda would be a candidate for me. I said Antoine Haye would be a candidate for me. So therefore, let's see what the federation does in the end. I think that's the big question, right? At the moment, I think that's the biggest challenge that the All India Football Federation has to try and find the right coach to coach the Indian national team. How do you rate Molina as a manager? Do you think Molina has any contribution on Spain winning the Euro Cup, as he was there for 3 years as sporting director? To answer your second question, yes, he certainly has an influence or had an influence on what has happened in Spanish football. So therefore, and De La Fuente has worked under him as well. So therefore, yes, he has had an influence. To me, Molina has won the ISL. So therefore, he has been successful in India. He, of course, was there at the start of the league. I think that was a different time compared to today. I think that has to be honestly said. But to me, let's see if he can make that difference. To can understand the squad and make something. We saw with Juan Fernando, he wasn't able to do that. Habas did. So therefore, that's an interesting part to see how Molina tackles the squad, works with the squad. Hi Murali, welcome back. I'm going to be considered missing Indian football. Neem Dodges in the market. Akhil now said, we think it's a good buy if it happens. See, you don't have very much option. If Neem Dodgy Tamang is on the market, I would get him. He's one of the better ones. That's the problem. You don't, at the moment, we don't have so many options to say, listen, XYZ coach, pick him up, take him, player, So that's the thing. Why the package Indian football missing because of player or system fault? Only to me, it's both. Hi Ashish, update on Tommy Juric. According to me, there is none. At the moment, I don't know any update in regard to Tommy Juric. To me, I haven't heard anything if he's going to stay on comeback or not. Again, he had quite a bit of injury problems as well in his time at Northeast United. Do you think Brandon is not used properly during Euro 10 or he's not in form, injured? I would say it's a combination of all these factors. He was injured for a certain period of time. He wasn't in the best of forms. And Igor, like with any other, a lot of other players also, he didn't utilize them properly. Right? That's a real problem that the coach had with his players. So therefore, yeah, sadly, that's one of those realities under Stimac, that the player or the players didn't perform to the best of their levels because there was tactically other things. Let's see. Said you like Kerala Blasters. What about Manjapara? The Kerala Blasters are I always say, one of the success stories of the ISL, and in combination with the Manjapara, they create a lovely atmosphere at the stadium of the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Kochi, in Kalur. So therefore, that's a huge bonus, I feel personally, because it's something. If you want to watch football, and enjoy a good atmosphere, then it is at Kalur when the Blasters are playing. So that's something. I think coach salary will also be a big part. Blue, certainly that's a point of discussion, and then we'll see which coach picks up and why he is picked. Out of 12 to 15 coaches got shortlisted and 4 names came: Chosie, Manolo, Habas, and Hansa. Who's your choice? To be honest, none of them. I've said that these are not my choices. I would, so therefore I would pick someone else. RC Run Machine, you can't blame the players for playing in wrong position. Under Stimac, he himself didn't know he was position coaching. You should have been the strength and positioning coach. As we run machine, yes, but again, you've got a lot of players who are playing out of position for national teams around the world. So it's it's not just Indian players. For me, if the players are even playing out of position, you have to try and give our best, and that's a feeling which might be wrong, but I had the feeling that our players are not playing the best in the recent weeks, months, and that is something which is let's see if things become better September onwards. Hi Shaggy, welcome back. Hola Navo, good day. Do we need an ISL coach for national team? I feel we still start another weird situation like how Chauba Devi created women's national team. Exactly, Shaggy. That's as I said, nepotism is a danger. Favoritism is a danger because certain players, you've worked certain players, you like the way they work. I've seen it in the past with the Indian national team. So therefore I said, I want someone new to come in. I want someone with no connections to this whole system to come in. That would be the best for the Indian national team, in my opinion. That's why I'm saying, let's wait and see. Let's see. Oh, now the Kerala Blasters got 3.3 crore transfer fee from East Bengal report, highest transfer fee of Indian player. Yeah, Kumar, I've said 3.2, highest ever transfer fee. I've said that, and way too much. Any idea of dressing name which you would like to get as a coach? Average Foodie, I've said that a few days back, said it earlier today as well. If I was asked, Kaisuke Honda would be someone that I'd like as a name. I like the package of a former top-level player, someone who's now worked in Cambodia, which not a biggie, problematic a little bit. So therefore, that would be one. And someone else, Antoine Hai, I've said, German coach who's worked in Myanmar, also understands the problems and shortcomings of the system. So people who've actually worked in another Asian country would be something which I feel might be the right thing to do for us. Coach has to select I-League players for striker position rather than playing winger as a striker, and we don't want Rahim Ali as a striker. Average Foodie, that's your opinion. I think I-League players are not good enough. Let's see how much time David gets at East Bengal as a good example, as one of the better ones. You saw it even in the I-League, For me, it has to be ISL players. And even if, so therefore, let's wait and see. Sanskar, most of the coach prefer to play safe, so Mourinho also come in that. So Mumbai will play 2 4 center back will play. But if you will want Indian cinema, if both, then we'll play in both place. Sanskar, as I said, let's wait and see. I know you guys love to speculate on these things. So therefore, for me, let's wait and see. Hi, Cleon. Mumbai City FC update. Any new signing? They're supposed to announce the final foreign player, which is likely to be a centre back in the next day or two, I think, by the end of the week. So yeah, that's what's pending, and maybe a holding Indian 6. Hi Rohit, welcome back. I read an article a long time ago that Stevenson didn't call Brandon for the national team because he was late to join the first camp he held. Constantine played Brandon. Rohit, Stephen has this thing about punctuality and about rules and regulations. He's had problem with the one of their player in Pakistan as well. So therefore, again, if that's the way he does it, so therefore, to me, if whoever is the coach, he has a strict rule and regulations policy from his side. That's his, right? So therefore, for me, it's very, very clear that that whoever is the coach, you have to follow his rules, period. It doesn't matter if it's XYZ. If the coach has certain rules and has certain standards, certain ethics, you have to follow it. Ayush Kasuka Honda is not in news right now, probably out of fear from UF. I think let's wait and see. Again, it's the question of is it the right names who are out in the market? We will find out. GPS is missing for long days. Will GPS make huge impact? Really, good or bad? Yeah, it helps. But the question is, would it make such a big impact? I don't think so. It's Rice from Melbourne, right? Blue, let's wait and see. Personally, only problem I see in Mumbai is bench strength, and Carlos is a good player, but he has injury problems. Also, he doesn't track back. We need to sign one backup Indian striker. Yeah, let's wait and see. Again, striker, Kumar, this time East Bengal has good attacking squad, but I don't know about the defense. Kumar, the attacking lineup is top. East Bengal is a top attacking lineup. Defensive midfield now seems to be also sorted with the signing of Jigson, Shobik Chakraborty, and Sal Crespo. So that seems to be sorted as well. Interesting to see if Shobik wants to stay at East Bengal now that they put Jigson in front of face. Maybe he becomes available on the market. Let's see. Defense looks a little weak. Anwar addition would make a change. I don't know if they would add Anwar. When would Anwar come and all that stuff? A lot of questions around that. But to me, East Bengal, the squad that they were last season, I would think they're a stronger squad already by now. Make your Momo City FC playing 11 with this Indian foreign players. Just assume we will not join or not. Sanskar, who are going to play? Purva is going to be at the back. I guess you could choose Valpuya or Stalin on the right, Mehtab and Tiri at the back. Stalin or Valpuya, left or right. Joel Vanif. I'll play attacking 4-1-4-1. I would pick Brandon, Yuntoral, Chante, and Vikram, and play Nicolaus up front. Do you think David should have stayed in I-League for one more season for continuing game time? Hope he doesn't become another Ishan Pandita. Moinok, yeah, but my question would have been last season, I-League, Mohammedan Sporting, towards the end of the season, how much time did David get? So the question is also playing for a big team or a small team in the I-League, right? The ones who've gotten game time playing mostly for smaller teams. Bigger teams get in the foreigners. Who should be accountable to grow football? Is it players or administration or coach? Morally, everyone is accountable. Of these people, everyone should be accountable. Be it the administration, be it the coaches, be it the players. Everyone. Don't you think Goa is also pretty top heavy? Looks to me at the moment. Yeah. a lot of teams look top heavy this season. And that shows you the problem we have with Indian defenders. Kerala Blasters also have Freddie to cover for Vivian Mohanan. Yuenba Mitai, who's from the reserve team, also can cover that position. Kumar, yes. Freddie showed a lot of promise, but again had that bike accident last season and didn't play much. Yuenba, I think, is not fully ready for ISL football on a regular basis. So therefore, let's wait and see. How do you rate Chennai? See, Chennai, you mean Murali? Chennai looks okay at the moment. A lot of signings. So therefore, yeah, let's see where it goes. This is a good striker name of Chikara Nikom, and one player, signed new player. I don't know his name, but he has good. He's been playing in the ISL. Okay, Sanskar. From watching free transfers to club breaking transfer fees all within 3-4 years, this is probably even going to last. I remember a decade ago when English club paid so much for average English players. Shaggy, it's a general problem. I mean, I've done a video yesterday regarding a salary cap in the ISL. Where I think FSDL maybe needs to step up and needs to do something about it. Let's see if they do something about it. But clubs are losing money. The salaries are too high. Transfers are exploding. And what I've been saying for a while, that there's a lack of quality in regard to players coming up. That's a reality. So therefore, this market anyway, from logic, this market has never been sustainable in Indian football. Not even forget ISL, even I-League, even NFL, never was sustainable. Players' salary have always, since the start of the NFL in '96, have been actually on the higher side for Indian standards. So therefore, yeah, it will be very interesting to see. Presence, welcome back, Ravi Shankar. Thoughts on Mumbai not rushing to sign a Puya? Average footy, for me, if Mumbai City is not willing to match whatever Mohun Bagan was willing to offer him as a salary, then you don't keep the player. So therefore, let's wait and see. Travel happy with Shashi. What about PA issue? There is nothing, Shashi, in regard to the PA issue. It's going to be it's a question of when the AFF next will approach the government about the topic. Is Sanjay prefer national team as coach or assistant coach? Shreyam, I wouldn't even know that Sanjay Sen has applied, to be honest. Maybe under 23s, but not, as far as I know, not seniors. Who do you think will be the next India coach? Shashi, let me see the final list. Let's see if it's a 5 or 10 coach list, which is sort of the final list. And then we can talk about who I think will then from that list become. As I said, I thought that Kaisuke Honda would be my preferred choice, but let's see. Hi, Deepak. What do you think would be right for Anwar? Stay at Mohun Bagan or move to East Bengal? Deepak, the point here with Sandesh is that and I've done a video on it last night. Watch it if you want an explanation on the topic. To me, he if he wants to leave, he needs to find a solution with the club. Staying at Mohun Bagan, I don't think is an option. But is he the messiah that East Bengal think he would be as a centre back? But with all the injury, health problems that he brings with him, that's my only question. And therefore, for me, staying at Mohun Bagan is not an option. If it goes right via the player status committee or via the player status tribunal at FIFA, or even it goes to CAS, the player will certainly get a ban at some stage and a fine if it goes its normal way, if I understand the paperwork properly. So therefore, let's wait and see what happens. But yeah, we have a problem in centre backs at India level at the moment. Monak, what's the state of Sanjay? As far as I know, he is recovering at the moment still. Rehab. Kumar, what about Samir Jati? He's putting some idiotic quotes, not getting game time, bombing the bench from last 2 years. Sorry, Kumar, I've not seen it. Which I'll play has potential to play in India. I think, the usual suspects, those who are playing at the moment for the Indian national team model. I don't think there are younger players who potentially could, but, what should FSL do so that masses in India also start watching us? So I think marketing is poor from us still, and also they have failed in recent years to get sponsors. The only thing that it could is Reliance Foundation. See, it is not easy to market a product like football at the moment in an Indian context. I think that is one thing we need to be honest about. The marketing, yes, but for spending more on marketing, you need money. And so therefore, for me, FSL could do a lot, right? Again, I think TV rights are not there in the market. Sponsors are not willing to come forward. And therefore, difficult. Reliance Foundation, yeah, it's something at grassroots level, youth level, but difficult to get the right thing. Which is missing Indian football's technical or competitive opponents? I think we have competitive opponents. Technical, I guess, is missing morally. Which ISL clubs has whale success if they go in European League, any other Asian League, maybe lower 2, 3, 4 division? Asia, maybe in the one or the other league, but to go to Europe, they won't be able to compete. Are you better in terms of technical, physical, or brought up in better system? All of the things, most of them. Morally, why do you think Park won't work? Park was working in Vietnam with a very proactive federation. A federation wanted to do stuff, and they've done a lot of things right, and therefore he will not get that kind of support in India. He doesn't have that support base in the background, and therefore I think for him it would be difficult to succeed in India. He's a very demanding coach, and I don't see him being able to do that in India. Bro, Khelna say Anwar has no agent. Is it true or not? Sanskar, the thing with the agent is, I've always said, it looks very weird that the so-called agent has not appeared anywhere in any of those conversations, has cooled down stuff or anything. So therefore, yeah, there is something to say that maybe there is no agent in the background. Yeah, it could be the case. I wouldn't be surprised, because the supposed agent has not been seen for a while in all these controversies that have surrounded the player. Do you think power is one thing missing with India's centre back apart from Jingan? See, power, Murali, is one thing, but I think even the others have it. It's the overall package. It's the package. It's not one thing which is missing. Any Indian domestic player in Germany youth teams who can represent India in future? I wouldn't know any Indian origin in the German youth teams at the moment. Let me think. I know 2-3 players in youth teams of Bundesliga clubs, but none in the youth teams. No. When coaches say ISL players are not ready to play India, are the players who are playing India, are they ready? Are left no other option? We have no other option, Wally. The best of the best are playing for India. Is Federation provide support to coach because we know our administration is not up to mark? The Federation has supported the coach more than anybody else. That's the coach says that, but I don't believe him. For me, that's a non-starter. That will amount to second ban the great man's gonna get us. Yeah, Deepak. Yeah. Sadly. Or now, do you think when we're seeing Liston, Colasso, Ashik, and Thapa will get enough time in Bagan? Ashik has to get fit first to start off with. And on the others, you can add potentially Sahal to that list. It'll be interesting to see. And therefore, I am I'm interested to see how Mobang set up the team. Are they going to keep all these players, or would the one other player be offloaded before the end of the season, or maybe sent on loan somewhere else? Very interesting scenario. So therefore, wait and watch. Does it is Molina student play with a foreign CDM? I think no. No. What's your views, Sanskar? Again, you have a view. I don't have a view because I don't know Molina personally. I think everybody would, with a little bit of sane mind, would keep a foreign CDM, a holding six in their squad in some sort of form way. But again, if Federation don't support coach better, go for result-oriented coach and try to get Havas. Yeah, but as I said, I don't want a coach with an ISL background. I want someone fresh to come into the system. There's also a chance Dimi can also bench if coach want Greg as midfielder. Dimitri Petratos is the captain. I don't see Dimitri Petratos being benched. That's what I'm saying. Jason Cummings is at risk. If there's the topic of two centre backs, then yeah, we'll have to see. One Indian origin player was also playing for lower table Sierra side. I forgot his name. Ayush, there are a few players. Yeah. Do you think Ashik is more effective compared to Mahesh and Wings? Morally, none of the two are really effective at international level. If you ask me at Indian level, Ashik has missed the whole season, so therefore Mahesh was more effective. But international level, these players, all the players need to be better, guys. That's the one thing that I realized that needs to happen in Indian football, right? That's something that needs to, Anyway, hope OCI players can come soon. And what is the current scenario, by the way? There is no scenario or situation. Ayush, for me, no, there is no. There's no update on the matter. Again, new government settling in. AFF has spoken to them, but I think, as far as I know, AFF has not raised the topic with them. And these are the realities of things. No? That's what I'm saying. It's not just what I think or whatever football fans think. It's for the government. The government has to move. The government has to act. On this matter, I see no movement at all from the government. But Greg or Dimi, one will only play. Sanskar, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You are speculating. I don't want to speculate on that. So for me, you could play both. Put both on the both wings. One of them as a central player. One again, you've got options on that. Deepak, I feel Thap was celebrated at Chennai. He should have stayed. Money has ruined our players with people like Sumitrati comfortable being benched in a league like CFL. Look at Glenn Martins. Yeah, Deepak couldn't agree more on that matter. More, I think Brandon has slight edge compared to other players because he could play a natural game and big level. He has the potential. Arnavada, does we have enough CDM for Indian national team? Kumar, I would say yes, potentially. If you look at Apuya, Jackson, Suresh, you add Deepak Tangli to the mix. I think we have. I would add Putea to the mix as well. So we potentially, worst case, Raul and Borges can be brought in as well. So I think we have enough. If you ask me, if you would ask me what I think, I surely would say we have enough in those positions. Yeah. So when we play big opponent, we only play park the bus. Apart from that, we can't play any other way. Yeah, but we can't even park the bus, Murali. In my opinion, that's another problem. We say we park the bus. Are we good enough to park the bus? I don't think so. Ranjit Bharat said Minerva FC is training an 8-year-old batch now. Do you think this will generate better players compared to now? Do players start 8 or younger? Is that the difference? See, my first question is, are those players 8? That's a big problem. And if he's got 8 years playing, great. But how are you playing it? Who are your opponents? What are you training them? It doesn't just make sense to say, listen, I'm training 8-year-olds. As I've said, we need to improve our grassroots. We need to improve our youth football. We need to improve our coaches, and we need to improve our coaching and competitions. If we don't improve all these aspects of the game, we can continue to talk about everything, anything that we want, but things will not improve. We will be there where we are at the moment. That's my biggest concern. We are talking about a lot of things on a regular basis, but are we really better than we were yesterday? Simple question. Are we, everyone can ask him or herself, or think about it. Is Indian football better than yesterday? So to me, the answer is simple. There is no yes to that answer. So therefore for me, that's the challenge, right? That's the challenge of where we stand and how we do things. And I hope we do, what about Putea and Vivin Mohan for national team? I mentioned Putea. Vivin, I still needs a year or two to be ready for that level. But yes, he could be one in the future. But I don't think he's ready for it. Yeah, Rahul Sharma, 16-year-old of Atlanta, who's 71, he holds Italian citizenship. He's PR. Yeah, that's the one, right? It's grassroots or technical, which is poor neglect. I said, Murali, grassroots, youth, coaching, competitions. It covers all the points that you're mentioning. That's what we need to work on. Hi, sir. King Lost, welcome back. Who is better, Dimitri Petratos or Greg Stewart? SB 1994. They're a little different. Dimi is more of a direct striker. Greg is more of a playmaker, so difficult to compare them, but we will most probably get to see and understand at the end. As except Kerala, most big clubs complete the important sign in who are your top four. Blue, again, too early. We're still not finished. The transfer market is still open. I want to see, Odisha is going to make a few more signings. Goa is going to make more signings. Chennai is still working on a few signings. Let them do their signings and then we can make those comparisons. Any more news? King Lost, what I've been saying in the last few days, there's going to be a foreign centre back confirmed. Name has been out. Let's see what happens. So our overall environment is bad for Indian players to stay in ISL. You stay loyal. One club earn lower than other club offer, but in the same time, other player earn more than you because he's not stay loyal. Yeah, realities. What's an ideal budget that they should be looking at for the next 5 years? Shaggy, the first question is, can you maintain the budget you have at the moment? With this whole talk, Reliance, staying, leaving, the budget might be missing 50 crores next summer, right? If the AFF budget is missing 50 crores next summer, that's huge, in my opinion, a huge problem for the AFF because there is no there's no sponsor coming forward from within here, so therefore, let's see what happens. But at the moment, in an ideal case scenario, the budget should be around 200, maybe let's say 250 crores. That would be ideal. Try to double it from where you are today. But where will that extra money come from? That is the challenge. That's the challenge. Partho, do you watch CFL this year? No, Partho, sadly had no time so far to watch it. Ona, for that, clubs have to do investment on youth teams, at least 10-15% of the annual budget. Yeah, but they're not doing it, Kumar. They're spending 90-95% of their budget on the players. What will Monvan do of all these attackers with all Indian mid? They are going to get thrashed badly against big teams. King Lost, let's wait and see. At the moment, again, I've said this earlier. I think you weren't there at the time. That the balance, to me, the balance is missing in this Mohun Bagan team to some extent. But again, they won the Shield last season. Let's see. Do you know any forward and current Indian players who can hold the ball up front like JJ could? No. Just thinking. No. To be very honest, Rohit. Yeah. Your views on Nuno Rice, King Lost, good player. Let's see. Current budget of players, Chetan, too high. Too high. That's one of the biggest problems. Yeah. 6 form player, African, East Bengal, Orindam. I think East Bengal is still talking to 3-4 players. And then we'll finalize on their final foreign player. Who's the investor of Kickstart FC? Deepak, there is no investor. There is a group of people running the club, and they are trying to keep the club running. Player development in India is not up to the mark compared to other countries. Yes, Murali. Kilna Ashish Negi said his friend scouted Nongdom out him after 70 World Cup for some Norwegian club trial, but rejected for Kerala Blast and stopped accepting his phone call. This is our players' mentality. Ayush, that's the reality, no? If you have to choose between Dimi or Stewart behind Jamie, McLaren, then who would be the one for you? It's a good question. Dimi or Stewart? Dimi or Greg? Greg or Dimi? Greg or Greg? Greg or Dimi? In more central positions, I would think Greg Stewart would be better. I would Dimi for me is better as a wide player. Yeah. So that's that. Is AFF budget get declared? Can I say it? I don't know. Yes, Blue, it gets declared, you know. Hi, King Shubo, 6 for is it a huge player? The ones I've heard, decent, not the biggest of biggest, but yeah, decent level. Will Casey will go? Chetan, who's Casey? Sorry, asking stupid question. Who's Casey? Is Mumbai going to Thailand for preseason? Igor, they were supposed to go somewhere for preseason. I'm not sure if it's Thailand or maybe the Middle East. I don't know how much of the budget we have really put on the ground really for the Indian youth structure. See, Kumar, the reality is the AFF is the parent body of football in India. So a lot of the money is given state associations. Clubs get a lot of money. I think so therefore I couldn't put an exact figure on it because the 125, 30 crores that the AFF spends specifically on youth development, I wouldn't be able to tell you because most of it goes national teams, running the I-League, running the setup in Delhi, and state associations, so to say. Yeah. And then again, that is distributed. So I wouldn't be able to put a figure to that. After Akash Rai does not play regular, both slow against pace winger, one foreign player is slow, one that second foreigner is good. How was it managed to stop any big team of the ACL? Sanskar ask the management of Mohun Bagan Supergiant or their coach. I was seeing the highlights of Puya against Al Hilal. He was actually playing so well, even in pressure situations. Dipan, if he wants to, he can. But again, it also depends on that he was playing with 5 or 6 foreigners around him. So that does make a difference, right? So therefore, yeah, that does. Kalyan Chobe. At the moment, Kalyan Chobe is there. Let's see. Brodas Molina signed this player. Sanskar, I think you or someone else has asked me this question. I don't know. If you would ask me, these signings mostly look like signings from the management, if you would ask me. Sanjay Sen is shortlisted by FF. Is it true? Shovik, not at least as a national team coach, maybe as potential assistant, or maybe as an under 23 coach, but not as the head coach of the AFF. That is at least what I think to know. Let's put it this way. Do I know? No, I don't. So therefore, I shouldn't be saying that. But to me, Sanjay Sen, who I've met in the past, while he was India under 16 coach, of course, has worked with Indian teams in the past. So that's something that I have to say. Those of you who haven't, over an hour already this live, please subscribe to the channel and like this video, share this video, so that more people get to know about these lives. Crossed the 1300 mark today of followers. Thank you for that to all of you who are following. Those of you who haven't, again, as I said, please subscribe. Let's grow the community. Let more people join in the conversation. Let's have more and more people speak. By the way, Havas is still coach of Mohammad Soon or any coach? Chetan, Habas went after the ISL last season, and Molina is the new coach of Mohnbagan. I also think this is from management. I don't think coach will have done blunder by going without foreign CD and Sanskar. Look at it. Thanks, Blue. I'm seeing the data on how many players are playing professional football around the country in the remote in every corner of the country. We had records and data. Kumar, data is, you know, to me, I think that data would not be available because that would depend on the state and district association. And I don't know if, you know, smaller associations in far-flung parts of India would have the data to provide the AFF and then say, listen, we've got XYZ number of players here or there. So therefore, I don't think that data is available. Mainak, I heard Sanderson saying that he's no more interested to be assistant of some other head coach anymore. He will only accept if he's offered the position head coach. Good. I mean, good for him. But will he get a coaching role then? That's the question, right? Or will he then get smaller roles in, you know, being, I don't know, reserve team head coach or being a coach in the CFL? It restricts himself. I know he's of a different age. He's much, much older. But for Indian coaches, I think, you know, let's see. Do you think results matter against the top teams? Murray, results matter against every team we play. Possibly Ashish took Sanjay Sen's name today. Monok, again, as I said, I see a lot of people throwing around names, saying, oh, you know, this source has told me this coach, that source has told me this coach. Let's wait for the shortlist. If it's made public, that the AF is going to reach out to coaches, and then we'll have a conversation. JJ, any player today has equal stature like him? No, not that I know. I mean, honestly, JJ was a very special player. Sanskar, does quantity or quality which is required the most of football to get success in the club stage? Sanskar, in an ideal case scenario, you have on one side the quality and on the other side the quantity to back it up. I think a good example is Spain. Pedri got injured and Dani Olmo came in. You thought, oh, the standard might go down, and actually the standard went up. So for me, first of all, you have to have a certain level of quality, but if you can't back it up with quantity, that is going to be a problem because injuries in today's sports, like football, happen. So if you don't have a bigger squad, you will face problems. JJ, is he technically strong or physically good? I think he's more physically strong than technicality, but again, he knew what to do and how to play. Moa played without a foreign CDM last year also. And there you saw, they were not top of the table. They brought in Yoni Kauko in the winter, and that changed the whole dynamics and the storyline of the team, right? Both quantity and quality. Yeah, Chetan, exactly. When a new coach comes in national teams, is it beneficial to play first national matches against tougher teams or easier teams? Oh, Ayush, that's a good question. What would I think? I would think, you know, if you have a team which is somewhat set and you come in and you don't have to make too many changes, then you can also play a strong team. At the moment, the Indian team is shaky, to say the least. We haven't played our best over the last year. I think it's better to play rather weaker opponents and get a good feel vibe, and then try and build around that. That would be sort of, if you ask me, that would be my approach in trying to build something new, something which is workable for us. I think that's what's needed in my opinion. Kumar Randa had said a few months back over the right to state FA and district in Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, and Twitter space. Most of people do not know there are district and state FAs are. Okay. Grassroots coach and youth development, the training player, good. Maury, no. You know, you've asked this and I've said it grassroots, youth, coaching, competitions, those 4 things. Change it, then we'll have success. Not in a short term or long term. Do you think at least 6, 7 states in India should start youth league which run full season? Nishant, would be ideal. I know that some do. Mizoram has an extended league. Bangalore has that also now as well. Goa has it. So we have a few states who do it. Yeah. So therefore, let's wait and see what happens. When will new coach announced? Chetan, there is no date that I at least have seen so far. So for me, I don't know when the new coach will be announced. But as it looks at the moment, the AFF president has said that that announcement should be made before the end of the month. So therefore, today is the 18th of July. We have less than 2 weeks to go. So I would hope before the 31st, we'll have the new head coach's name out, and we can discuss that. Sanskar, does Greg or Timmy will left the middle side or out one which will play in the CDM? Which one will choose you? Which is one coach? Sanskar, let them play. At the moment, it's too early to say that. Leaving Petratos as captain looks very difficult to me to leave him out. Let's see. Which ISL club's dressing room hands is very difficult for any other non-coach to handle? To me, if you ask me, I think Mohammedan, for example, was a difficult dressing room for Juan Fernando to handle, right? So for me, that would be one. And I think most of these dressing rooms you have to manage them right nowadays. Did you read the news that Manolo and Hobbs are among the front runners for the job? Ishan, I read it. And sorry, I just got disconnected. To me, as I said, I have had different favorites, but let's see what the AFF does. How did Unicalco? I think Unicalco last season was the factor why Mohun Bagan were able to win the Shield. Simple. That says you what kind of an influence this guy can have on his team. Great player. India U17 beating Qatar, is it good or fluke? It's great, but will it happen on a regular basis? I don't think so. Hi, Retro. With Ineos on board, Manchester United, do you think they are making progress on the back end, especially with Lenny Euro deal? Or how much do you rate the boy Lenny Euro if you rate him? If the figures are right that Man United are paying him, they're nearly paying double of what Real Madrid or at least a quarter more than what Paris Saint-Germain are willing to offer. I'm interested to see if the boy is really worth the money. Man United, again, are trying to splash money to rebuild a team. And this is something, again, unlike in India, where you can do that. In England, you need to sort of progress and build season on season. And keeping Eric Ten Hag, interesting choice, but I'll be interested to see if that works for them or not. Then why am I not able to produce world-class talent? Because, again, Nishant, I've said it regularly in the last few days and weeks. Our grassroots needs to be better. Our youth football needs to be better. Our coaching needs to be better. Our competitions need to be better. The competitiveness and the quality is not there. Only then we can improve. It's just saying, listen, I've got 30 matches to play, but the standard is crap. It doesn't help. The standard has to be good. That's another problem. We don't care about standard. We have now we expanded everything, right? We are going for mass. And again, we go, to use a term which has been used today quite a lot, we go for, quantity instead of quality. You have to find the middle path between quantity and quality. This is something which we lack in Indian football. Which coach do you prefer if you have the power? gaming, I said I would, you know, Kaisuke Honda is my preferred choice if I was asked. Is Federation blamed for not creating proper grassroots youth development coaches? Morally, not only is the Federation at national level, it is all stakeholders. Corruption is a big issue in North Indian states. Press selection is also doubtful, Chetan. All right. Another, what is your take on Tempo strategy playing with their academy players, who, as Pradyum Reddy mentioned, was CEO that is trying to generate revenue through by renting training facilities? See, Pradyum has been given a clear-cut task by Srinivas Dempo. I'm giving you X money. See what you can do with it. Sorry. Pradyum Reddy has been given a task by Srinivas Dempo. You have to generate revenue. And how do you generate revenue? Either by selling players, which is again new to the Indian market. What Shaggy said a little while ago, that now it's on a regular basis you're able to generate enough revenue. Why? By selling players, or you are, if outstation teams are in Goa, that they rent your ground. So therefore, that's something which he's doing, and it's very good. Very often news like players of FA networks get selected only, Chetan. Yeah, it's a problem. If you go on a decent off-sea because of COVID bubble, is not they would lose all the matches. Your thoughts? Yeah, it helped. It was in Goa. It was Ramadan as well. So therefore, those combinations helped FC Goa at the time. Wonder what's your take on St. Pauli last season coach who made them to promote owners? Futzler, I think. Hertzler is the name. Very talented coach at 31, 32, who's made it with St. Pauli to the Bundesliga, and now has gone to Brighton. So let's wait and see what he can do. He's very talented. Are we not playing tough opponent, we easy opponent, all of a sudden we face big opponent, we have post quality. Yeah, but no one wants to play us, Murali. The tough ones don't want to play us on a regular basis. Or we have to throw money at them to say, come to India, play us. Not happening. I heard this news last year that Habas is old and wants to retire. Chetan, yeah, he said that, but let's see. Corruption is an issue in South America too, but India suffers the most, I think, because of culture. Your opinion? See, the problem of corruption, I think, in sports is there around the world. It's there more or less. And South America, just because the talent is so good, despite all the problems. South American football has the same problems as Indian football. But Southern football, and for me, it's that's helping South American football to survive. Do you think Sandesh peaked already or is best ahead of him? Rohit, that's a tough one because Sandesh now is slowly getting into an age. ACL is going to be a problem. I hope he has something left in the tank. I hope Sandesh comes back strong and with Josh out of his injury. And I hope that Sandesh can go even higher than what he has done in the past. But again, time will prove if I'm wrong or right or wrong. Kumar, I want to ask a question on Eric Ten Hag, where in Ajax he played dynamic triangles, attacking football with Manchester United, is playing counter-attacking transition football. Kumar, you have to adopt to the players you have. That's something you have. Ajax has that's something that's a reality, right? That you have to adjust to. Ajax has a certain pattern of play, and whoever comes will have to play that. So let's see if we can do it united. High enough needs would increase the number of clubs at top level, increasing foreigner slots, make Indian clubs more attractive for viewerships or selling sponsorships. I don't know. I don't think so. All of this has been done, and I think we need to look at keeping it together. Maybe reduce. I would have said reduce the ISL, keep it maybe as a 10-team league, do the I-League as a 12-team league. We don't have the talent. We see that problem with defenders at the moment, right? So therefore, for me, the right decisions need to be taken, and we're not willing to take the right decisions, tough decisions, hard decisions that would, sort of take Indian club football forward. So that's a tough one that someone somewhere has to make those calls. I'm not watching Ajax football. I hate it with Man United. Yeah, that's a reality. If we had like audition infrastructure, football sports centers during Vijay Bhutan era, will it make impact? I, by Chung, I'm Vision would have been as good as they were, maybe a little better. Who knows? So, what will your criticism about Park isn't even connected with the Indian circuit? I'm not criticizing Park. I'm just saying what the reality was of why he was successful in Vietnam. He's a tough taskmaster. There's another, he's a Stephen Constantine like of character, and that means he can, he will demand a lot of things, and I don't think the AFF can provide him the things that he'll demand. That's the reality, and the system will not provide what he demands. That is my problem with a coach like that coming in. I want a pragmatic coach to come in. So how much Germany improved their youth football structure since the 2000s? Nishant, very simple. The clubs and the federation came together. The clubs built the center of excellence. Every club at the top tier, then second tier, then third tier, now fourth tier. Even clubs have centers of excellence. You massively improved the youth coaching. Very important. And infrastructure also. This year you have a transition to a new league system at youth level also in Germany. So yeah, they've done things. German Federation has new home, which has which is huge in regard to offices, which has a lot of pitches. Youth teams can actually stay there. You've got an indoor arena, everything that you want. Can we Indians ever improve in football? It's just a pipe dream, I guess. I don't think it's a pipe dream. I mean, that's my hope. You know, so I would hope that we take the right decisions to improve in the long term. That's my concern. That if the right things were done over the last 20, 25 years, so we would move in the right direction. Bro, I think fan culture also issue. I mean, apart from one state city clubs, apart from no other club fans mix with the Raja, meet to other fan culture is quite isolated or only in some region. Yeah, Sanskar, that's part of the problem of being such a big country. Where do you place Greg Stewart in European League? Greg is a top class player in the Scottish Premier League, but nothing more, nothing less. Chetan, I think in northern states it would take decades for the sport to come in landscape. In reality, there's no football like sport here, and no one plays football. That would be, I mean, northern states would be wrong because I've worked in Punjab and I've seen a lot of football in Punjab. In Haryana, there are pockets where women in rural belts play a lot of football. Your prediction for United, Madrid, Bayern, and Bangan in their respective leagues. I know it's early, but just ignoring all these time frame factors. What's your prediction given them, please, and UCL? I think United will struggle. Real Madrid could win. Yeah, could win the league. Bayern gonna face tough competition in the Bundesliga, and Bangan not settled for me. Doesn't I think will struggle in the ACL too. And in the league, they'll most probably fight it out with Mumbai City for the titles. Which foreigner has a potential play in the top league? None. Well, now what's the youth setup or JSW Sports? The Bellari setup is a World Cup, which is a world-class setup, yes. And JSW has been using it not only for football, but for other sports. And they've done very, very well with that setup. It's just that, can you create better quality coaching and other things, as I always say, to produce better players? Well, the starting number was more than now in the foreign. What happens? Some clubs face financial issues, some shut down. It can go out in football done for us, just like Chinese model fall. Sanskar, as I said, China has not fallen down because of the clubs wanting to fold, but rather the companies folding. And in India, it's more about the clubs, companies having the money but not wanting to invest in it. What's your take on I've done that. How do you see Brazil play development in Africa going Europe, which makes better? Brazil is producing players left, right, and center, but the best at 16, 17, 18, 19 then go to Europe. And the same happens with African players. How come you're able to show patience in football after this point a long time? People getting anger. Well, that's me. I am not just someone who's just a pure fan. I am involved in things in Indian football. I try and improve things. I don't say that I've done everything right over the last 20 plus years, but I try to get involved and try to do things and try to help Indian football. I know that what I've done to me is that, that I've tried to change things. I don't know where I've influenced things positively in football, and I'm happy with it. And if I'm trying to help, for me, it's very, very important that we never give up. From a mentality standpoint, that's what I say to fans. We need to fight it. I'm talking about UP, Bihar, and MP. Okay, Chetan. Yeah, that's the reality. Is it better to go for 27-8 CDM than Greg because he's terrible? He may be playing 1-2 seasons, but that turns can play 7-8 seasons long-term plan and long-term planning. Sanskar players will not stay for 7-8 years in India. They'll stay 3, maybe 2, 3. If you're very lucky, they'll stay 5. And Greg is not a CDM; he's an attacking midfielder. McLaren or Cummings difference? Blue. Cummings is an out-to-out box player. McLaren can theoretically come in the box. Yeah, let's see. Mendoza right now play French League. Drastic improvement. Yeah, he is. And now, what's your take and comment of Vishwak Ahmed about tall players? I forgot that comment. We've discussed it quite a lot here, Kumar. I think I felt unacceptable comment from Ishwak because makes no sense. In India, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I think if you have talent, you will have to play that talent. And I don't understand where he gets that notion of that, if you're bad, if you're tall, but your football skills are bad, you can improve them in a short period of time. No, you can't, because it's too late. If you are at the under-17 team and you're not able to do the basics right, it's too late. That is our problem. So at least you can look forward to good performance in Germany, your first, second home, whereas we see this all-time in Indian football. Most probably. If we're lucky, get an exciting new player in youth, and I hope so, but the players have to now prove under 17 and under 20 level. Navneet said, could a club in India be run effectively with a model like the 50+1 where fans are heavily involved? Navneet, let me take this myth away about the 50+1 where people think that fans are really heavily involved with those clubs. Yes, fans are involved. Surely they're involved. But they come once a year to vote. They have managements from the fans' perspective, but most of these clubs are private limited companies or stock listed companies who are totally independent of what the fans say and do. So therefore, and in India, 50+, do you think a fan-run club could be better than run by real professionals? That would be my question. And that is something which needs to be asked. Which club has a big chance of being profitable? Ishan, I think none. If we're honest, as long as there are no TV right money coming in, no club is profitable or even being close to profitable. TV right is, in most markets, it's minimum 40%, sometimes even 70% of the income that clubs generate is coming from television rights. So if that money doesn't come in, nothing can happen. And that's the reality at the moment. Sanskar, bro, why are clubs spending without any reason when your demand is in a defensive player, but go for an attacking player? Sanskar, I don't know. This is a very good question, but this is a question, which doesn't work. The team needs to be a balanced team, and that's something. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of teams. Let's see. If we're lucky, get any exciting player in the youth, and he can go to the Open Academies to see it where he can chance. No, they can't. Chetan, you have to be 18 and above if you want to go to Europe. That's another problem. Can we get good players from Nopang League from Mizoram? Kumar, too early. Too early to say. Let's see. Do you think can Bundesliga compete with EPL with 50? They are, no? I mean, Bundesliga, be it Bayern, Leverkusen, Dortmund, are competing with the best in Europe. That's the reality. What about tall football strikers? Advantage, disadvantage? Haaland has power, Kylian speed. See, Murali, you have to have a mix. If you have a Haaland-like striker, great. I mean, if you look at it, 15 years ago, we had Baichung, we had Sunil, rather shorter, and you had Abhishek Yadav. So that mix was interesting. But Baichung, Sunil were the first, and Abhishek used to be the impact player coming on. So why didn't any manager want to sign for Bayern, but players are ready to go? Because it's still a big club, but as a coach, it's not easy to manage. With the given scenario, with the given management, it's not an easy club to come in and try and change things. Bayern Munich is one of the biggest clubs in world football. That's a reality, right? So therefore, that's something, one needs to keep in mind. Among the shortlist for coach, who will be best to coach India? Nazari, to me, I've seen a list and I'm not happy with that list at the moment. It's not. Yeah, I would have picked others, but anyway. Navneet on Ishfaq's comments, KFC and even heavily was scouting players, physical profiles. The core was Dimi, Pepra, Janu, Jigson, Danish, Milos, Lesko, Luna, being Luna, Eastern European influence. Yeah, good observation. Yeah, Navneet. Yeah, that's a good observation. Yeah, they were going for height. Is centre back is decent or shaky after injury? And it's in my opinion, it's shaky because of Jingan's injury. 7-8-year-old kid moved to Europe with his family and settled there. Then he can join good academy there and develop. In theory, yes, but again, is he allowed to? I mean, we've had suspensions for Chelsea, for Barcelona, for Real Madrid, for minors joining them, right? So Savio's signing has officially been announced. Okay, interesting. Another does company gets success divine, but most of the coaches coming from Pep philosophy. Yeah, again, there are two coaches who've been very, very influential. One is Pep, and the other is Ralf Rangnick and the Red Bull philosophy at the moment. Lot of influence from these two guys. Right, 1.5 hours, guys. More than 1.5 hours, 1 hour 31 minutes. Thank you very much again for this live tonight. I've again thoroughly enjoyed myself chatting with you, but I have to still go to a concert tonight, so I'll have to head out. Thanks a lot, for joining in. I see some of your more questions, but I'll surely take that up tomorrow or day after when I'm talking. So plan is to be back tomorrow. So thanks again for coming in. As always, like this video, share this video. If you haven't, please subscribe to Arun Foot. Crossed the 1300 today. So thanks a lot to you guys. If you want to become members as well. So I'll be back tomorrow night. Thanks. Good night, everyone.